Did you get that email with those questions by chance?
I just thought 2 minutes ago. There's some very deep questions there.
Yeah, you know what, I figured that, and I didn't think that you were, that they were certainly beneath you. You are a freaking stellar, amazing, beautiful being of light, dude. I, there, there's such depth and purpose in what you've been doing, and you've got a little bit of backstory. There's a lot of backstory. You're a younger man. You're younger than I am. I'm assuming you're in your 30s. And yeah, you're a broker with EXP Realty. You've been in real estate now for about 10 years. You've got an MBA from Cal Poly. You're born and raised Southern California from Claremont. I mean, it's like there's got to be a vibe down there because you wear the shirt often says good vibes only. You emanate that. You are the world's, I say this, you are the world's top leading salesperson mentor in residential sales in the world, mentoring people. You've had an incredible impact. You've had an incredible impact on me personally, and I'm grateful. I'm thankful, and I come to you humbly with such gratitude. You really operate at such a high level in your business and in your life. And that's why I thought I could ask you some of these questions and you could shed light for others, because you are such a bright light. If that's not too personal, that if it's entirely up to you, brother, I'm happy to go wherever you want to go. You have a core purpose. What is that core purpose? What's driving you, man?
I was hoping you could tell me, Rick.
Okay.
I appreciate the question and the compliment, Rick. And it's so cool to have met both of you and work with you and be part of this. So, honestly, being younger and feeling into my purpose, and just this year alone, figuring out how to set goals and attach emotions and feelings with those goals, and the growth and the personal growth that happens coming into those goals and achieving those goals. That's what matters, right? The feelings behind it, the growth behind it. It's not just achieving that goal and having that nice house on the water. You'll get depressed if you don't have more goals and more growth and more feelings. And Jim Bunch, someone that we probably all look up to, I had this conversation with him when he's not, you know how to do all that stuff. What is your value? You need to align your values, and then from there, your priorities, and then your goals. And you already know how to do the action items. I don't need to sit here, but I want to teach you how to look for values. And so I'm also always a right in front of me person. Maybe a step or 2 steps or 3 steps. And I'm learning as a leader newly to look 5, 10, 15 years out. So it's not natural to my wheelhouse. I just really focus and hone in and work my butt off with what's in front of me. So, man, purpose, just my upbringing, my parents, so thankful, instilling school and sports and competition, education to me, and working in sales from an early age, liking to set my own paycheck and commission and working my butt off and tap on the shoulder and says, okay, you're ready to be a manager, you're ready to be a leader, you're ready to be your own, company now. So I'm still learning that answer to answer your question.
Let me try to dig it out of you a little bit more if I could, Jonathan. So you're obviously you're very successful in the businesses that you're in. And so you're destined to make a lot of money if you haven't already. And we know you're doing pretty well. So when you get to that point that you've been doing it for several years, you've got a full bank account. What is it at that point that you would do with your money? What is it that would give you some satisfaction for all the work that you put in?
Yeah, that's a great question. I live a pretty modest, conservative lifestyle, like an older car that's paid off. And you're right, last year was a boatload of of money. So, and I have some rental properties I was thankful to get. So the money is not definitely not the driver. What that can bring, though, the freedom and flexibility and passive income and going after the passions and hobbies that I have, I think brings me a lot of reward. Being able to eventually give back on a larger platform is one of my core values and priorities that I want to aspire to. And helping others with this platform, Powur that we're in, being able to mentor and help others create the lives that they want to create and passive income and make more than they've ever earned. That's so rewarding. So those are a few things. I do want to get more investment property, become more comfortable, and be able to pursue my passions and give back, right? So in June, I'm taking some of my mentors on my team to Mexico to build a house for some people sleeping on the ground right now. With COVID, it's been delayed once or twice, but that's just a small token to give with how I'm doing. It's so exciting to do that.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you're single right now, right?
Yep, I'm single, 35 years old, 5'9". Just
Yeah, we'll put your links to your Facebook profile under here. So
I can see it now. Jonathan Brunasso on the most eligible bachelor. Isn't that the Bachelor? That's the thing that my wife watches, right? That's the Bachelor. That's Jonathan Brunasso, the Bachelor. Anyway, forgive me.
So, a lot of people make a lot of money, or they run their business just for the sake of money and so forth. And there's not a lot of values that they adhere to while running their business. And I know just in the times that we've spoken, there's obviously a lot of integrity in the business that you run, and you want to run it a certain way. If you were to name, two or three important values that you have personally that carry over to your business, so your own personal values, and you adhere to the same things for your business, what would a couple of those be?
Yeah, you guys have some great questions.
We should have given these a week in advance, right?
Right.
Yeah, no, they're great.
Well, you're powerful. You can't get this wrong. Whatever he names, you understand this. This guy is a quantum linguist. Everything he touches. So you can't get this wrong, Jonathan. What is it?
Yeah, if I had to think of a few things, and again, this is evolving as I evolve, but communication, I think, is important. Just being on the same page with someone, expressing something when you feel it, and being honest and trustworthy. Those are a few things. And if you're genuine, and people can detect genuineness, right? I don't have an angle. I'm not trying to make an extra buck off of you. I just say how it is. I'm very relaxed. So people can detect that genuineness, and I bring it to business when I'm recruiting, attracting, or selling homeowners. Very personable, very honest, genuine. I'm not trying to fill my pocketbook. I'm trying to do right by them, earn their trust, their business, and ultimately more referrals, so we can put more and more solar panels on every single home and turn off all the fossil fuel coal burning plants one day.
I'm going to digress just for a personal experience because of how you personally mentored me and helped me. It was like even the first solar proposal we put together, my friend Clifford Starks. Oh my gosh. You held my hand. I don't know how many iterations I had to go through and how much help I had to get. And all while we're just expanding so rapidly, and you had so much on your plate, and you still managed to help me nurture. You make every single person count. You make them know that they matter. And that's powerful. That's not, I mean, that is succession. So when I hear you saying, look, 10, 15 years down the road as a leader, I see this forecasting what it is I want to create.
Yeah.
You inspire me. You inspire me. You've given me so much hope in a lot of different directions. I mean, each individual shines light, right? You're not shining light in my eyes. You're shining light on my path. You're putting it out in front of me so that I can see the steps that you're taking to get to where it is you want to be, by helping those, by being what it is you would personally want to experience. Am I wrong?
Right. And it's challenging too, Rick. You know, with so much volume and so much activity and people hitting you up every day, multiple times a day, it can get challenging, overwhelming. I've definitely had my points where I've cracked or I was witty back to someone.
Yeah, but that's human. That's human. That's called being human, right? We can't.
Learning to manage that is really important. And I'm so thankful for Powur, because there's leaders like Charles Thompson and Bobby Smith and Jim Bunch and people that I can look up to, and they're coaching me how to replicate what they do. So I can then in turn turn around and coach my leaders and my mentors to do the same thing. And they've even invested in some of their employees this platform called Living Freedom. It's normally a Mexico retreat, and it just uncovers all the tools in the tool belt as far as breathing and clarity and shifting your mindset. And it's just so many cool things that I'm barely in module 2 of that exercise. So I'm really on this path to find my own self, reframe things, reposition things, watch my language, how I add value. And I really feel like providing value in today's day and age in the business world, that's kind of the new currency. Whoever's out there providing value, showing up, educating, with no real initiative or sales pitch, not slimy, just giving value. I really think that's the new model that I'm seeing a lot.
How did you get to this place where you understood that your intention is going to follow you? Like, your intentions are following you. They're chasing you down. You can't get out of the way because it's just running you down with who you're being. How did you get to that place where you knew that your intention will follow you?
Wow. I think it's just been an accumulation of so many different activities, right? Where being in sales and then going after my real estate license and then going into solar and jumping back to real estate and then really going heavy on BNI networking groups for 2 years in Chamber of Commerce and creating a platform and social media, and then being one of the best people at Sunrun Corporate, meeting the CEO just over a year ago. And so all these activities and all this hard work, and then Bobby Smith and Charles went after me a year and a half ago on LinkedIn, and then I decided to dive all in with them. It's just been this growth, this accumulation, and I can't, I don't look ahead. I never set a goal to make $500,000 or $1 million. I never thought that was possible, but I just bust my ass and I do every freaking activity, every event, every networking, every chamber breakfast, sell every referral, follow up with 100 times if I had to. I just busted my butt for years, every little thing I could get into. And it just really came to fruition this last year for sure. And not only that, just to stop for 1 second, this industry is also amazing. Like, let's just talk about solar for a second. It's the future. It's every home. It's a tax credit. It's utility rates going up in price. It's clean energy. It's the environment. It's this new administration in 2021 that just took office. There are so many things about this industry, and it's on a rocket ship. So I'm just so thankful to be busting my butt for 6 years, where the timing and the industry have come together and you can just take advantage of the opportunity. with the right people and the right team to work with. So.
Yeah, where you're having massive impact is influence. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
it's a little surreal. I appreciate it, and I just always strive to do more and do better and help more, and it's just my natural instinct. So it sounds odd when you're hearing it because it's just what I like doing, and it's just part of me. So yeah.
You know, one of our mentors, Dusty Staub, he does a lot of teaching at, you know, high level corporate companies, and he wrote a book called 7 Acts of Courage. And I couldn't list them for you, but I could tell you one of the acts would relate to the ability to take the compliment. You know, it takes kind of courage to take the compliment and listen to that. I'm curious though, one of the other things he talks about is well, a lot of acts of courage, but for your job, for what you do on a daily basis, what would be something that you do consistently that requires an act of courage, or let's just say resistance, something that you're like, I really don't want to do this, but I have to do it. And I know you could probably list 100 things that you do daily, but what would be some of the top things that you would say you really have to dig deep to do consistently?
Um, with yeah, there's definitely a few things. With the frequency and the volume of how many messages I get, and the people vying for my time and having a phone call and a text, people that are not even on my team. This is a weekly occurrence. So it's challenging to artfully, tastefully tell them, like, I'm focusing on my team. Here's some resources. Please check with your leadership. You're on the best team here. I wish you the most luck. And people get offended by that. They think I don't even have time for them. Or some people want to assign me as a mentor on jobs, and I'm not really taking any new business, new leads right now. And they just assign me, he's going to take this job, 50% commission. I can't even call my own referrals for 100% commission. And so declining these jobs and not letting myself get a little bit like offended. Why did you assign me? You should check with me first. I don't sell in Texas. And now I have to email someone to remove myself. And so just reminding myself how much gratitude I have every day and reframing that conversation mentally. Like, it's a blessing to have this. It's a good problem to have. So just interacting with the sheer number of people and the volume, and turning the art to turn on and off, right? As entrepreneurs on a laptop and a cell phone, with COVID, we could work all day long, especially if you're single or living alone. You can just work until 10 p.m. and wake up at 7 a.m. And so reminding myself of the activities, the follow-up with my clients, the checking in with the mentors, scheduling that team training, taking my 2-hour training today for my Living Freedom modules, looking forward to this national convention that we have. The to-do list has just gotten so long, and I'll try to jot it down. Just to try to keep myself on track. And of course, trying to throw in some food or some exercise. Somehow, that's a challenge, and I try to do that too. Let me see.
But you know, I can totally relate. One, the courage to say no is tough, because you want to help people and you don't want to, like you said, you don't want to offend them or anything. But the reality is you have to say no, and that's people that are successful are going to have to do that. The other thing, and so that's the courage to say no to others, but also to yourself, because we as entrepreneurs, my wife is like, she'll ask me in the evening, are you done with work? I'm like, I'm never done with work. I'm not. But sometimes it takes courage, like you said, to change where you're investing your time. Do I need to spend it in front of the computer calling leads, you know, to make sure I'm continuing the business, or do I invest that 2 hours in that training that you're doing? And that takes a little bit of courage to do that, to kind of live on that ledge a little bit. It sounds very simple, but I totally get having to reallocate your time from what you're used to is not always easy.
Yeah. just on this call alone, I have I have multiple missed texts and calls and emails just while
That's
we're on the
insane. That's
conversation.
insane.
Well, so then, Jonathan, what's your superpower? What's your superpower? Because you're doing a great job at it. You're human enough to say when we're. What's your superpower?
I go back to the culmination of things. I think one of the other questions, how important. Oh, maybe I'm jumping ahead. Your inner circle.
Oh, yeah.
Having the right people in your circle, in your sphere, the leaders, the mentors, aligning myself in those circles is something that I've really grown into these past few years, from the people that showed me the way in real estate or invest in property or solar, and taking the top seller to lunch as soon as I got hired on at Sunrun within the first 2 weeks, and just all those activities, like recognizing talent and keeping them around me. So that's a big part of my superpower, I think. And then working a lot, right? Just really, really, really hustling, believing in the activities that you're doing, the networking, the BNI, the social media, the real estate, listening to people that are successful, that are smarter than you, and putting it into action. Something in action stays in action, and just having that momentum, I think, has been one of my superpowers. This drive to do more and accomplish and be in the top 10% and create a passive income and a lifestyle with freedom that I want to get to. So, man, superpower.
So for that, if I were to rephrase that, to me, it's the ability to take what you're learning from your mentors and your inner circle and actually apply it. Because all of the answers are there. We've all gone to courses, and we all know what we should be doing, but you actually do it. And when I see you do your trainings for people, you're not really giving us, you give us tidbits and information and tricks, but you give us information that we've all probably could pick up a sales manual and read, but you just do it. You just do it. And that's where all the extra work comes from, is because you're applying all those things that you learn. And I look at that as a superpower, because it's too easy to get distracted, too easy to question whether I should be doing this, even though the person that told me to do it might be a multimillionaire. We think, okay, well, I got to be doing it a different way.
Yeah, I think it's duplicate, replicate, and then innovate. Once you copied that person, and you over and over and over and over, then you can innovate a little bit if you see an opportunity. And another thing that came to mind is social media and follow-up would be two of my superpowers. I'll be walking around in the morning, go to the bathroom, and be like, I never talked to Julius, who I worked with at Solar City 5 years ago, who a few months ago said I should look into solar. And so yesterday I had a conversation with him and this other guy, Mel, because these things just pop in my head. And so my follow-up from people I've met in this industry, clients or sales reps, is just vast. And I always drip in, checking how they're doing. I'm not pressure, which goes back to the communication with homeowners and sales reps. Just check in. And 6, 7, 8, 9 months go by, and then they're like, let me sell a deal with Powur. And Paul Leone just sold 40 deals with Powur in the last 6 months. And if I gave up on him, for 6, 9 months, if I didn't keep in contact with him or have those casual conversations, he wouldn't like me. He wouldn't trust me. He wouldn't have engaged. And so those are a few things: the follow-up, social media, keeping in touch, the communication, keeping it real, casual, genuine, and just work your butt off.
Are you finding, for time's sake, that you're utilizing social media technology to make those contacts versus just pick up the phone and call?
I'm a very big texter and a big poster. So I post consistently on social media. I'm sure you guys follow me. It's just, it's in my DNA. I think I do it really well. It's add value, right hook.
The master.
Something funny, something interesting, adding value, an award, having fun, right hook, right? So there's an art to it that I didn't even know about. I just started doing it. So posting consistently, and people naturally see you. Something I prescribe to is get to 5,000 friends on Facebook, be on Instagram, be on LinkedIn, wherever your sphere is, and just post, post, post. And I can't tell you, from these community groups here in Southern California, in Diamond Bar, Claremont, Orange County, Inland Empire, if someone posts solar, my name's getting tagged 4 times. The city councilman of Montclair posted my name in the Upland community group when someone asked for a solar lease. And I sold the lady a 16.4 kilowatt solar lease, very, very low price. And I'll just say the commission was in the 4 figure, something, 4 to 5 figures. I'll just leave it at that.
Nice.
And I took care of her, and I gave her an amazing deal, all because of connections and friendship and posting. And this city councilman in Montclair knows me because I'm friends with city council members in Claremont, and I'm friends with his friend as well. And he sees me posting, and everyone says, man, this guy is successful. He's the #1 person. And so I tell my team, post pictures of installs, team installs, mentor installs, Powur installs. It's all the same team.
Mm-hmm.
And people will think, man, this guy's crushing it. And so that's one of my superpowers.
Yeah, I was going to suggest anybody that wants to get a little entertainment, go to your Facebook profile and watch some of your videos. I enjoy watching those.
Man. Professional. I mean, you're a video producer as well.
You know, I learned a lot of that from the real estate industry, from a marketer and a mentor. Again, going back to the sphere of people. One of my business partners, Jacob Swodek, in the real estate industry, he's one of the best marketers. And so he would make these fun videos for every open house. And then he moved to EXP, and we met the CEO, Jason Giesing of EXP, whose stock price is $110, and it's about to split here in the next few weeks.
It just split.
Insane.
It's going to split again. It just split. It's going to split again. I'm in the
Yeah. So learning from Jacob Swodek, the marketing and real estate, and making 1,000 connections, and then bringing that back to solar is just invaluable learning. And now I coach and I train realtors, and I have a virtual training coming up here in March to train more realtors. And
you want to learn some of these steps along the way to be on your path, to be the highest ideal of you. That you got to pay attention to people like Jonathan Brunasso, who are leading the way, that have had experiences that you haven't, perhaps.
So let me ask this, because we want obviously to introduce you to people, but for those that are watching, we've talked about Powur a lot, and they may not be familiar with solar and all that. So what I'd like to get from you, Jonathan, is if there's somebody that's looking for another opportunity, maybe they're stuck at home right now and they haven't been able to work their regular job and they're looking for an opportunity. Is solar an option for them, a good option for them, whether, let's say, they have no training whatsoever? You've already mentioned where the industry is going, but is this something that is realistic for them to learn, get trained, and apply fairly quickly and make some money at it?
Yeah, great question, Steve. I think that the platform Powur is really nailed it, because they have this mentor program. I was just telling someone today that you can select top caliber mentors across the country and learn from them, see their process, their presentation, the project, all the way to installation, and you can still receive 50% of the job.
So they could sell this nationwide.
Yeah. So with Powur, if you're home, there's really 2 paths. One is to be an ambassador and receive $1,000 per referral. That goes solar. And then for someone that's more of an entrepreneur, side hustle, wants to really get their feet wet, they can join Powur for $49 a month and a 2-hour training. and then they can receive 50% of the commission using a mentor across the country. And if they so choose to sell on their own after 3 to 5 deals of learning hand to hand with a mentor, then they can turn around and sell on their own, and they'll still get help and support. So with Powur, you have your leadership, what is it? Rick, Steve,
You.
Charles Thompson. So
Yeah.
there's leadership on every branch, and there's a mentor program. So they really nailed it, I think, with a vested interest, with a family style. Everyone kind of is interested in someone's success. So you're sitting at home, any owners across the country. The ambassador program is free. It's $1,000 referral. Or if you're, like I said, you're more interested to make some income and make this a little part-time thing or full-time gig, then Powur is a very nice platform to learn, grow, daily live trainings and Zooms, and a national convention virtually coming up. There's just so many resources and ways to make money with Powur. Absolutely.
I missed out on a huge opportunity years ago, and we're aligned in Powur, we're aligned in EXP, but Glenn Sanford called me when he first started EXP, like 11, like when he was first starting, he called, picked up, and I remember having a conversation. He's like, Rick, what do you think? Like, and I said, dude, I don't understand the technology. I don't understand. And I was trying to, build my own. At the moment, I thought I had I wanted to create something of significant value. I wanted to bring it into the world, but it was nothing even completely. The tenacity, the passion, the deepest place in his heart, that guy is gone. I mean, it's a platform, and it mirrors Powur. Why am I saying this? You don't want to miss the boat. I missed the boat with EXP in the beginning. Now I'm back here. I had my own brokerages. I had my own show. I mean, I owned a commercial real estate brokerage and a development company, and it was my own branding. But getting over the identity, getting over the idea that it's, I got to be the solopreneur or just, one man band. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way at all. There's so much synergy. It's a whole new shift in the world. It's gone from competition to collaboration. And I think that's what Powur and what EXP have done, these platforms, and I wouldn't want to miss the boat. So if you should jump in on Powur. I am personally going to be reaching out, campaigning for real estate brokers across the country that should be aligning with Powur, that we can serve and that we can help.
Right.
There's so many ways to add value and bring value. Thank you for showing up every day and doing what you do. I'm truly grateful, Jonathan.
Yeah, likewise, Rick. And if it wasn't for this platform, we wouldn't be here right now. Powur has over 4,000 independent consultants nationwide. And everything you're saying about that decentralized platform, from EXP to Uber, Amazon, this new platform economy, especially virtually these days with this pandemic, it just makes more and more sense. It's the new way businesses are forming, in my opinion. And so I see Powur on the same trajectory as EXP. I mean, EXP, it took them 12 years to get here. Now they're going in lots of countries. They're in UK, they're in South America. Oh my gosh, they're in Canada.
Just opened in Puerto Rico. I was listening to Glenn Sanford on the Clubhouse app.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, my friend Don Hobbs, who's the president of Success Magazine, right? I mean, he was following Jim Rohn. He was Jim Rohn's right hand for years. I had Hobbs Herder, and then he never would align himself to a real estate. He was Gary Keller's right hand in creating MAPS coaching. Okay, so let's just say that. He would never align himself with a real estate company, even when he was doing that with Gary Keller, for integrity issues, right? For him, it was an integrity issue because he was out there coaching and mentoring millions of realtors. literally he's touched over 1 million people in his life, and he aligned himself with EXP. He is that expert inner circle. Like I'm fortunate, man, to be back into that EXP world where we can. It's magic, just like Powur. It's magic, just like you're generating some recurring revenue now with a sales force behind you that you've mentored. How important is it to mentor the people? How does that make you feel now today that you've been like sewing into all of these people, and now you just kind of, you go, holy crap, I'm collecting checks. This is residual income.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there. You know, a few months ago, with holidays, you kind of naturally slow down, but I really made an effort to slow down. And what my focus now is to really help the team, do a weekly training, be there for the team more. I just met with Charles and Jim Bunch to really figure out how can I help my team grow bigger in size, add more value, and close more deals. And it all is around goals, asking them what their goals are, what they want to accomplish. So the passive income is another reason why I'm allowed to back off from my own personal business. You know, when I met Brent Gove.
Oh, yeah.
He's one of the top guys.
He's in my inner circle.
Yeah.
Brent's in our inner circle. We're in the same inner circle, man.
When I met him 3-4 years ago, you know, he showed us privately. He's like, look at my monthly revenue share, 32,000 or something. Yeah, and I was like, holy cow. Well, let's just say like that's going to happen this year for me, and it's not that far away. It's very close. So the trajectory of the team income I never thought possible just really allows me to give back more and to back off more and to build the team and help the mentors, which is so important. I just met with 2 or 3 mentors yesterday. I talked to my mentors daily. Jarrett McAllister talked to me today. We have a chat room just for the mentors. I just promoted a new mentor yesterday who provided training yesterday at 10 a.m. for door knocking. So it's really neat to now take my business to the next level where I can focus on them and help them and enjoy the passive income that comes along with that.
Well, we'll be paying attention, definitely tuning in and getting mentored. There's no doubt. Steve, you want to take us out?
No, I think we're already coming up on 50 minutes here, and I want to be respectful of Jonathan's time because he probably tripled the amount of texts on his phone now.
True.
But thank you for taking the time to chat with us, Jonathan. It's helpful for us and for those who might be watching.
Yeah, it's going to impact a lot of people for the good. That's all you do, man. It's all you do. It's all I've seen you do, and I'm just grateful to be in your circle. So thank you for being Pono, Jonathan. You're Pono, bro.
The feeling's mutual, gentlemen. The fact that you focus in on values and core beliefs and kindness and what people are doing to achieve and sharing this value, I mean, speaks volumes for you guys. So it's an honor, pleasure to be here. Can't wait to chat again with you guys.
Awesome.
Aloha.
Thanks, Jonathan.